What makes a new development a place? What is it that makes Ebbsfleet Garden City a place where people want to live, put down roots, be part of the existing community and help to welcome more people?
It's hard to put into words because it is a feeling. I never want to move from here, and that's because of the connections I've built here, the friendships I've made. You know, when we moved here, it was really just a row of houses. There really wasn't much else here. So to see it develop over that time it's been really exciting. And I mean, getting the co-op was a big deal for a lot of people.
Not here just to build homes. We are here to create a place that people really want to live and that they can enjoy.
Things are happening, people are friendly, they are welcoming, they are here to support.
It's only when people arrive and actually start to walk around Ebbsfleet they realise what it is that we have and why it's so special.
This isn't the dormitory city. This is about a place for people to put down roots and really grow and live here.
And the fact that the development was going to be developing into somewhere we could stay with children, grown-up children, etc., just sold it to us, really.
Over the last few years, EDC have been working with residents and stakeholders to understand what new community buildings, parks and spaces are needed to meet growing demand and to ensure there is a spread of different facilities across the Garden City. Last year, EDC ran a resident satisfaction survey to better understand what's important to local people. It highlighted that people feel a strong sense of community. They want homes which work well for home and work life. People value green spaces and gardens, and residents want to see more facilities. EDC have committed to the process of co-design for new community buildings and spaces. Co-design actively involves residents, end users and relevant stakeholders in the design process to ensure the outcome meets their needs.
Co-design is a process whereby you take the service providers, the end users and potential cultural co-locators to work with them through the design process, developing a brief to developing concept designs together.
It's just so important that, as well as what it looks like, it's the types of spaces that you're designing. They're only going to be well used if they're for the right purpose, and they can only be for the right purpose if you work out what is actually going to be well used.
Gardening? There we go, look at that. So you can grow food and you can cook in the kitchen.
It's a small restaurant where you can get the snacks.
Sit down and have a family time with you.
Yeah. The ideas and needs of local people have been gathered through surveys, online forums and public events, giving everyone a chance to have their say. The Foundry, a currently disused building on the old harbour site, is being reimagined as a community space using a co-design process.
To meld and bring together the community of the Hive and their historical background. Although many people who live here may not feel this is not where they started their life, so they may not feel that connection, but we could build a pride in the place and people be proud to live here.
If you're going to invest in building new facilities for the community, you should sort of take some time at the beginning to understand what that community needs.
Ebbsfleet sits within the Thames Estuary Production Corridor, a government-backed initiative which aims to deliver on the potential for the Thames Estuary to be the UK's largest concentration of creative production. Through a programme called Creative Estuary, EDC have been exploring where and how cultural facilities could be co-located with other types of facilities and services planned for Ebbsfleet. This is so that people have the opportunity to pursue creative activities and jobs at every level, from grassroots to professional. Through Creative Estuary, EDC, local people and potential tenants have co-designed 2 new community buildings to concept stage.
We want to make sure we deliver what local people's ambitions are, and obviously we want to talk to local people about that. We want to get them involved. We want to really let them get their hands dirty, actually almost get down and help us design and help us draw.
Alcadon Hub, a partnership with developer Henley Camland, has the potential to be an extraordinary new public building which co-locates music facilities with spaces for statutory services like lifelong learning and health.
It's important that our community buildings have opportunities for people to come and share resources, to kind of meet each other, to bounce ideas off each other.
Simon is the head of design for Ebbsfleet. It's his responsibility to ensure that architects and housing developers are not only building homes, but supporting the growth of a working community and creating an enjoyable environment for residents to live in.
It's a really unusual opportunity, I think, to be involved in a project of this scale and to therefore be involved in so many different types of project and different types of building, street, public space, and to have an input into that.
Design guidance for house builders is set out by Simon and his team in a design guide.
Here it feels like they've actually taken the time to make the entrance road a lot bigger, and you can feel as soon as you come into here it feels like kind of away from city life, especially if you're walking across that slipway from the station.
The urban landscape is very important for community building and placemaking. At the heart of each community in Ebbsfleet are social spaces such as this one in Castle Hill.
The park opened, I think, about 2 years ago now, and has already become a key part of the local community. As you can see, it's been designed to provide a wide range of facilities and support lots of different activities. So that provides a real kind of focal point for the local community.
I'm loving, and I've heard from other people that they're just loving the social aspects of this event.
We wanted to create an opportunity for people to come out again, to experience really happy, joyful and fun activities that made them feel good.
The mood's been absolutely fantastic. We've been really lucky. The sun's been shining. It's been lovely weather.
We really realised there was never such a greater need for events like this one.
One of the things about designing homes is that people's needs are constantly changing, and if we just look back over the last 18 months in COVID, there's a whole range of lessons that have come out of that, and changing demands from people about how they want to use their homes, the types of spaces they want, and how those spaces relate to each other.
Our wish list really was 3 bedrooms, an office if possible.
We wanted a little garden, just somewhere we could open the back doors and let the kids have a play, and we weren't worried.
Space for a study. Obviously we didn't know the pandemic was coming. We didn't know both of us were going to be working from home. So actually having that space now is amazing.
And a nice garden, a nice sized garden was definitely on our wish list.
Providing homes for all kinds of needs requires a novel solution. Alcadon Gateway is offering buyers the chance to custom build their homes from a set of options which all meet Ebbsfleet's high standard of design.
For myself, I've got young children, having everything open plan would work for me. Others might have a larger family, say teenagers, they might want separate rooms. What we want to try and create in the architecture and the street scene is lots of variety, kind of surprise and delight as you turn a corner and you see something new, something unexpected, and a bit of the variation that you would get as you walk through a historic town or village.
The pandemic proved that social interaction is essential. Ebbsfleet prioritising well-designed community spaces will allow residents to socialise safely and continue to grow and celebrate this new community together.
What's great for me to see is how diverse it is. There's quite a lot of people from different cultures here, so that's quite cool.
Some people have only moved here in the last couple of weeks, getting to know their neighbours already, getting to have fun, getting to understand the place.
There is a very close knit of community. There is a close group of people here, which is really good as well. So looking forward to more events here.
To connect with your neighbour and just to enjoy the arts and smile and have fun and try new things.